Only a few months ago, I played my first ever EU5 campaign on YouTube. I recorded it 2 weeks before the game release, so you might imagine how many versions ago it was. Obviously my Ottoman campaign. Today I'm gonna try the same country to see how differently it can be played. First of all the changes in game, and second of all, hundreds of knowledge that I obtained during that time. Let's see how much better we can do as the Ottomans, how much more we can expand, or maybe less, but with a much better economy. I think it's gonna be a really interesting campaign, especially that there is a surprise tweak I'm not gonna reveal to you yet. You have to watch to find it. Make sure to check eneba.com, which is partner of this channel. They have thousands of games on all the various platforms that you can imagine. We can buy these games at much discounted prices. Use the link in the video description to support the channel. The guarantee forms, we start with the Anatolian building, which is for free. It gives a cabinet seat and all the cultures give levy size, like Greek. I will on top of that take deeper rep to take less AE, as well as loyalty of the subjects. I'll be getting automatically the Ottoman guarantee form soon, but it's also for free. Rivals are important. I'll be getting CB on them, so let me make sure to rival the Byzantines. And how about we also do the Kandarids. Harry is not married to anyone. Let me make sure that he's marrying some nobles. Oh, there's not much of chase. Let's make sure that for now we just marry a lowborn, so he starts producing future heirs. And we can get 3 more marriages once I have available people. For this, guys, let me make sure that I go increase stab, I go increase legitimacy, and I go increase... Change my associative values already. We can go more towards the belligerent. And we can get crown characters on each to maximize our crown power. Same as here, not ruler, I want to go towards naval, which is gonna be problematic at once. To get there, stop paying for this though. Save money, and then we can make sure to not do this. And we can give them a few more privileges, just to make sure that, not to these guys, that the other guys are loyal. This is not bad, not much of influence and gives max literacy. Mainly boost the burghers. We can get production efficiency, development growth. Yeah, these guys will get this loyal, so maybe for now not many more, because we don't want to get this guy's rebelled, but I will have to give a few more privileges over time. Then we can go ahead and start doing some research on basic stuff in the first stage, but since we are soon you have some unique stuff in here. Like meeting threshold is nice, but I prefer the part over here. The money that we have, we're gonna start getting some government buildings, definitely loyal gardens for the monthly diplomats, absolutely needed. And we could think also about getting now road or bioleaf. What's the difference in the price? Road costs 120, bioleaf costs 120, so I'm gonna get a bioleaf. It's gonna be more useful, but overall, yeah, we have to be pushing for all this, but that's slowly. We need also that money to get the CB from the situation in a few months. See if I wanted to accept Greek culture is 5 cost, and I'm already on my limit, because I'm tolerating Greek, which doesn't help actually with assimilating them. But the goal is to anyway release Greek subjects and enforce religion on them. But one of them is gonna stay Greek, so be able to improve Greeks' opinion of us. It's not negative anymore, and I'll have actual limit to accept that. There it is, Rise of the Ottomans, which will be giving me the Legacy of Osman guarantee form for all these amazing bonuses. Another cabinet seat, and I'll be able to use it to press claims. Let me see the alliances first. Yeah, I think I'll go for the Germanians. See, they already lost their subjects. Can just press claims and go after them. I'll be having some levies. let's have some fun. In the meantime, I can start already building spy network on Kandarids. I just have to pay a little bit for my diplo before I get the royal gardens. It's very useful and it's not often happening, right? We're starting with 2 cities and a town, which, you know, gives me a economical base to build up. That's a funny event. There was an issue with it early in the early patches where AI was often taking it, because it allows me to change my culture to Greek. I could do this instead. Well, let's just go for the historical option. Before I peace out, to reduce the antagonism, to make sure that instead of strengthening the government, we're gonna take the Diplo rep. This is down to 34, nobody cares. Look. Like Eastern gets 25, but besides them, nobody cares. And I'll be releasing subjects here. Maybe historical, but it's only this guys, which is too big. So I'll create a custom subject in here. And here. In here, the third one is gonna be the historical Germianids. You're gonna receive this as well, just not perfect. But it's still not my full course. Perfect starter. Let's make sure to disband the levies and prepare for the next war. I can't press claims until 1339, and that's why it's important to start building spy network on our rival. Since anyway I'm hitting max legitimacy, I'm gonna still actually do this, because as promised I want to give a few more privileges. In the meantime, our crown power is already up. Should be up even more with the Assay General, like 21-22%. It's a good improvement compared to what we started with, but yeah, more privileges to commoners and Zimi, so I can tax them better. And you know, as usual, privileges that give me plenty of loyalty with little influence, at the same time not destroying our economy. So this is fine. With the bile finished here, is it still feeling the... yeah, it has to fill the employment. But instead of 60, I will be having 80 of max control, and then I can probably even get it to 100 with a route of close to 100. Oh yeah, const in our name is gonna be super useful. Minting threshold, but most importantly legitimacy, which once it hits 100, it's gonna be pretty big saving of money. Yeah, I can coin more now. Let's start pushing the societal value towards communalism now. Yeah, the trunk road of Erzurum is about conquering some specific locations to unlock privileges, but we don't care about that for now. My main issue with expansion is gonna be this guys, potentially join the coalition, so definitely... obviously it's not too much for now, but I'll definitely start improving with them a little bit. Maybe even with the Byzantines. Yeah, because they have location here, I'm gonna always get plenty of antagonism. Until I'm gonna go decide to destroy them, let's improve relations, so they don't trouble us with the collisions. With plenty of money, so I'm gonna also invest into... oh, we do start with a Senjurtini, so that's great. But we could do some other government buildings, like a core that gives us crown power and efficiency of the cabinet. One of the great things about the Ottomans is this. How fast it changes monthly, which is coming from the legacy of Osman that is not even full yet. It also has no antagonists received, so before my next peace deal, I'm definitely gonna wait for this to fully finish, but it's fine from that first deal that I did. See, the cost of the court is just 1.5 ducat at full, thanks to that modifier. And with our gardens, we're getting plenty of diplomats. I'm actually gonna keep that low spending, so I can improve relations with more orthodoxies. Look what the hack boost we've got here. We've got Karasids, allied to both Karamanids and Kandarids. It's not gonna be an easy expansion. We don't have that many levies, but it should be fine. I think I'm better off actually going after a rival. But and then I want to do a normal claim, not the press claims. Because this is like the weakest. This is strong. This is probably the strongest combination. But this guy's a scary, right? So if I misplay and they connect... oh, there's a Kandari's Byzantine war? And that doesn't matter. Oh, but it actually matters. So these guys are gonna get their ass kicked by the Byzantines. I hope Byzantines will have some army to do that. And yeah, there's no alliance between these two guys anymore. that's perfect. In the meantime, we've got the scales, so I'm gonna just expand the RGOs because yeah, there's silicon iron. And see, Karasids will not join, and if I attack on Karamanids, I know I already have some subjects that should do some sieging for us, but I think I'm gonna, for now, change them to supportive. Because there's too many enemies, they're gonna get destroyed. From the first parliament in the meantime, we can just make sure that we take something that is gonna pass. And we can use it to change some laws. And that's definitely gonna be distribution of power, where we're gonna change it to favor the ruler, which will decrease the satisfaction of the states, but that crown power is so crucial. We lack crown power a lot. And I don't think, I mean, I can exempt these guys from taxes. I am not gonna pass this. Like for example, you see I can't tax these guys because my maximum tax is nothing. I should do that, by the way. So it's gonna be like minimum money. But if I increase my crown power, I'll decrease their power, which will allow me to do some taxing. Now this, nobody cares about me full annexing Karamanids. I could separate piece these guys. If I just fully occupy them just to shorten the issues. It's annoying, but if I want to fully annex Karamanids, which definitely I want, I need to occupy their fort. Because it's a capital fort. Oh, it looks like they invited Saruhanids into that war as well. I will consider separate piecing them, honestly. But yeah, that's a typical ally, new ally joining mid-war. Byzantines expanded here, which is perfect thing to happen for us. Because once I subjugate Karasids, they will have cores on the Byzantines that we'll be able to leverage. Same with the Kandarids anyway. If you wanted to separate piece these guys, nobody cares. So I'm actually gonna do that. Oh, good fuck, guys. Karamanids got attacked by the others that are occupying them. So not be able to fully annex. I'm still waiting to get that fort anyway, even if this is about to get occupied. Getting this land is more important than this. In this age, I think I'll go admin focus. For the Devil's Vault, proximity speed, course of the court. Diplo is also good, it gives you improved relations, war score cost, Diplo rep. That might be also good for like massive expansion. Let me go for the Diplo focus. Yeah, obviously that got us to the civil war, which was expected. That civil war was loading for a while. You just have to quickly carpet siege because the civil war did not get a single fort. You can build Madrasa in Bursa, which gives all these modifiers to locations. Nothing crazy, but I'm also converting some Greek Orthodox. A hand for peace. So we've got a marriage with Byzantines. Remove them as the rival. And create alliance. Oh, come on, no, we can't do that. Anyway, we can press claims on Karasids. Before we do any more expansion, we need to release plenty of more subjects. The main problem now is that Karamanids, because of this guy, survived, so I cannot release them. I'll have to release custom subjects, which is not that perfect. Anyway, I'll start with Kandarids because I created the claim on them earlier. And we should be at the point, guys, where I just turn off my armies and let the subjects do their stuff. And so instead of supportive, they go aggressive now. We need wharfs to get sailors, so then I can get a ship, so I can get more crown power. Honestly, since I'm not using levies, I can attack Karasids. I have too good of relations with them. Let's make sure I add embargo first to decrease that. For the next parliament, you can change another law, and I'll go for the itinerant court to get some proximity speed through land. Looks like Poland is destroying Lithuania. That's not Polska Górą thing to do. They should be allied. At least Lithuania didn't die to Ottomans. Athens occupying Aragon? What is this war? Athens, Sicily. Who is helping Athens? Ah, that explains a lot. I see this guy's already focusing on doing some religion conversions, but also some culture conversions, which is not gonna be easy. But yeah, we'll work on that steadily. Oh no, the Black Death! And it's very close to us. Yeah. I think Ottomans had some protection from Black Death. Look, we've got speed of integration, we've got Uj base, slave rates, discipline, manpower, sailors. Maybe that was an old thing on old patch, because I'm pretty sure they had like that on the rural locations they're getting less impacted by Black Death. But yeah, doesn't matter, I guess. The problem with creating claims from this is you need to border a country to do that. So, for example, I cannot do claims on these guys because I'm not bordering them. But If I rival them, I'll be able to do the claims. Let's see what kind of goods are missing also in our market. We can slowly start investing our first money into the city buildings, because look how much profit they're gonna do, because there's no such building in the market. This helps. There are some, but not in my cities. So now the Polish-Lithuanian border can move to Age of Renaissance advances. There's plenty of Ottoman ones that they could access already without institutions. So actually go for the Sons of Rome for speed of integration. On the way I'm gonna get some moral bonuses. Let's go for the subject's opinion, annexation cost. Because the court is also useful, and so is this. This is saving money. Let's go for culture's capacity. Production efficiency. None of these are like super crucial that I cannot live with. We've got research progress, which is also great. Diplo rep for less AE, especially once I start expanding to the Balkans. Improve relations, subjects income, and worse core cost. That's it for now. I will only focus on next subjects that are mostly Turkish, like these guys, and close to us, so can actually spread our proximity. I should get a size bonus on them. No, we have to increase our size a little bit to start annexing faster, but I don't mind the speed, it's fine. This location here, France, is gonna be my main source of food. So make sure that actually you're gonna build a second bailiff in here. That's a really strong Byzantine, guys. They have 13,000 levies. And there goes the Black Death. Let's make sure to segregate the infected, which gets 15% disease resistance. Which is not crazy, man, but that's something. Look, with improved relations, even though I expand a lot, it doesn't seem like anyone cares. Well, that's a great event. I could get the pricey, but I think I care about this more, because it gives the maritime presence increase in key locations. Let me go for that. And about that, let me go and build my first ships. It looks like Poland is having a good game. They're trying to reconquer the Danzig, future Gdańsk. So is England! They've killed Scotland and they expanded into Ireland. Yeah, I ruled right. It had to happen at one point. I'm not surprised. Should we make sure that our heir has good education? Yeah, I'll have just to save money for that. Or maybe, yeah, I can't afford that really. And on the navy, as promised, we're gonna put a ruler. How does it help with the values? I'm still going towards land. We'll be getting there. But definitely once I've combined this fleet, we should also boost our crown power. Yeah, 28%. So how much did we lose to the Black Death? 200,000. How about these guys? That worse doesn't show me how much of levies they can have. These guys, I think they've lost even more. Yeah, they had 1.2 million, they're at 600,000. They've lost almost half. I want to create a local government in Ankara. Initially, it's not gonna give me much. But that's definitely useful. I just need a road connecting it to the capital, so we need to connect these two locations. It's gonna be more important once we move capital to Constantinople. No! Not Noble's Regency! What happened? I'm gonna do it smart this time, meaning that I'm not gonna annex this guy's release anything here yet. First, I'll press claims on Teke. So get SB, and now I can release the subjects so they convert the goddamn Greeks. Oh, I can rival Cilicia now, get a border with them, but let's rival these guys. I'm already earning 7.5 a month from the subjects. You know what? East Roman Empire is in trouble. And I have SCB following for the threat from both of my subjects. Because if my subjects have 13,000 troops, they have 3,000. Black Death plus worth a golden order and help them. As easy as it could be. Because I got a good CB that gives worse core cost, you know, following for the threat, and I got belligerent. You see, I can take all the lands except the Constantinople province, but what I'm also doing is dismantling the fort in Constantinople. So in few years I'm coming back and destroy them. I'll show a decent amount of antagonism. Okay, I have to improve some relations for sure. I have to pause creating more subjects for now because I can only create vassals. It's because I don't have a ruler, I still have that regency. That's Edirne? No. Edirne is not gonna be my capital, come on. Not Poland is going a bit too aggressive. Look at the coalition they have. For this guys, I should already have the bonus for the size. Yeah, this is much faster. And since I have size bonus, I think I could start annexing 2 guys at the same time. Could try Aksaray as well. Or this guys, let's do Aksaray. I have to make sure that, first of all, Thessaly stays Greek. Because once they're the biggest Greek country, I'll be able to ask them to improve the opinion of our culture. But I'll ask them to turn Sunni. And same from one here that is Greek, I'm gonna do the same. So they start assimilating. How's the assimilation going for these guys? And the one, I mean, mainly their religion conversion seems to be working nicely. Yeah. I guess assimilation comes next. I've built the governor in Ankara, which is obviously early on not that huge of a boost. It definitely helps to get more from this location, which has saffron and has plenty of buildings. So I'm also gonna get more and more from taxes. Ideal at one point that balance in this location is gonna get positive. Plus obviously control all around. That's why I'm also trying to annex guys around here to, you know, spread the control for that governor and make it worth it. The base tax is at least skyrocketing. That's definitely partly thanks to that governor. Wait, I've got another regent? Give me my king already, even though it's trash. Final scholar that I can use. Ooh, one that gives monthly research progress. Since I want to assimilate the Greek culture myself, let's make sure that we start getting any libraries. And overall, yeah, the subjects do some of the libraries as well, so it's not that bad. Look, you see, the government is already paying for itself, not to mention the bonuses of the proximity around. Now that my heir is finally out of being too young, I'm gonna make sure he has 4 spouses, so we get a good heir from him. And that should also fix some of my problems with subjects loyalty, you see. Since we want to go towards naval, let's make sure that our new ruler is actually an admiral. Still gives me crown power, but also progress towards naval. And here we take just another crown character. In the meantime, I need to make sure that we keep marrying the crown characters to someone. Because now we go 0.11 towards naval, but it's gonna take time to get there. Since long term wants to control the whole Black Sea, going towards Trebizond is making it definitely worth it. And since I'm not in a regency anymore, I can release fiefdoms now, so let's make sure I do that. What I'll also make sure is that all the subjects will be enforced the right religion and culture, so they work towards our goals. There's plenty of new rivals we could get. I think I'm gonna go towards Bulgaria. And with the increased amount of the money that we're making, it's time to, you know, continue the urbanization. And it's only, you know, on locations that have not that super important goods and plenty of populations. So maybe this map mode will be better. And I'll start with this fish province here. But yeah, just one for now, because we're still waiting for that 10% discount for later. So luckily, Bulgaria is just allied to actually strong, so I have to fight them. And Trebizond. I will start. Well, let me be try to spine it with them if I want to declare on these guys first. Well, Trebizond alliances. That's a triple alliance that they're having. But I will be able to create a Serbian Bulgaria later on to push towards Hungary. The goal is to get Pest. That's a massive Poland, guys. Look how much this AI is expanding. So is England, for example. It's actually clever. A location with saffron here is called Saffron Bolu. All clear. Let me make sure I do get a bailiff here. And can we get any proximity to that location? This is tricky. But if we did a road in here, it could work. The Ottomans will be helped by not only the guys that we just discussed, but also the coalition. Which is unfortunate, but we should be fine with quantity of our subjects. And I will actually have to make sure to use my levies this time. Wait, they rebuilt the Theodosian wars that I asked them to destroy? Oh, that's gonna be a tough war. And since they were allied to my disloyal subjects, I'm fighting my disloyal subjects as well now. What the hell is happening? And they got the Theodosian walls for the goddamn event rebuild. I honestly don't know what will happen to the subjects when I piece them out now. Do I white piece them? Do I keep them if I white piece? What will happen? I don't want to risk losing this. But on the other hand, I will have to release the subjects there again and again and force religion on them. I don't know how I got Constantinople. It just fell down, which was impossible with the amount of the garrison that was there. Maybe it was an event for my subjects, but that wasn't me. Let me try with these guys now. What happens if I white piece them? Okay, they stay the subject. So let's do that with all these guys here. Well, yeah, I think I could be piecing out soon that I have Constantinople, but I will keep sitting down Bulgaria to get slaves from them. Well, you see, with all the raids, I'm already at 1 million population, but yeah, I gotta take more from these guys. Yeah, plus I annexed the subject, so that helped as well. But it's unbelievable, but they siege down the Theodosian walls within a month thing. With full garrison being there. And now I have to take it back. How I'm gonna do that, I don't know. I had Constantinople for a while, now I don't have it. It seems like I'll have to piece them out again for just destruction of the fort, because I can't do anything else. Let's give it a chance to go down. So me being greedy to get slaves from Bulgaria pretty much cacked me with Constantinople. But let's see if we can get it. We didn't get it! It went down at 20%. I can now fully annex the Byzantines. Let me make sure that this is a full annexation, because they have locations here and there. Yes, that should be full annexation. Just make sure that we use the Diplo rep. And let's say goodbye to the Byzantines. It's money. And that should be soon an event to move capital to Constantinople and get Byzantium as full course. There it is, City of the World's Desire. Yes, yes, yes. Look, this is now a core. Wait, I don't really need to do those walls in Constantinople. So let's get rid of them. And we just build a normal fort here to not lose a fortune. Now, this is my new proximity. You see, actually, it did not change really for the wars. I didn't lose that much here, maybe a bit in here. I got much more in here, and obviously I still have that governor that I'll need to work on to improve proximity around. Oh, now I have to make sure that all the government buildings are done in Constantinople, because I've lost them. Like, well, guardians, yeah, I do have them in here, but they're not doing anything. I need to get them in Constantinople. That's why my diplomats are decreasing. Did I say something about England doing well? Not so much. To take over the market, I also started making money from some tolls, and obviously a bit more from trade, but it's not huge. But my overall income, though, it's beautiful. Let's check progress of our subjects doing conversions. There's the religious conversions. This is going nicely. And this is the cultures conversions, which is a bit slower. Now the funding town cost. Creating a town is even cheaper. Just find a good location to show you that. And as you see, it just takes 300 ducats. I'm slowly working towards increasing the cultural influence of the Turkish, so then assimilation of the Greek will be easier. So you see right now it's 116. Let's find any location as a comparison. Wait, Greek is having 122 of tradition, which we compare when doing assimilation, so we're almost on par. Now we have to go beyond, and since I now will be going heavily into Bulgaria, I should already start improving again with all the Orthodox countries, especially the ones on the north, because Serbia also want to kill, so like Kiev, Chernihiv, and that's it. The rest is killed by Poland and Serbia. Each of the towns I'm building, I'm following up with 3 buildings: a temple, a library, and if it's a naval with a port, and also a wharf. And that's the urbanization that we did. It looks nice, doesn't it? Now that I'm encouraging a naval, it's gonna go point towards 62. The Constantinople market is definitely too big. I'll probably need another one somewhere here and another one in Greece. But for now, since I don't own these locations, let's just keep it as it is. Anyway, it's time to destroy Bulgaria. See, both Kiev and Serbia will help them. That's not a small amount of the troops. I might actually have a problem. Let me make sure to make these guys supportive stance to do it together. So if users with big stacks, you can really outnumber the enemy. and get good results. Even here when I'll be crossing, oh, they actually crossed the river on me, which got the wipe. 1123 is the amount of the population we have before slave rates. Let's see how much from slave rates we can get. This is 1158. So we already got 35,000 of population from the raids. So we got the Balkan Wars. Are we able to press the CBs in here now? Because I have so many locations in the Balkans. And the Turkish migration will finally happen. Let me release some subjects in here. And I think historical I could release. Let's release these guys. And then maybe just some custom nations. That looks much better now. And also without levies, our base tax is really up to 230. That's such a border goal. I'll have to fix it maybe by I want to have the Black Sea, right? So that's perfect. What is this Poland doing? It looks like an actual Polish Lithuania. I think it's high time to create new markets. Just look, Constantinople was covering a lot, but the market access is not too good here, not too good here. For now, just do a market in Ankara. Probably something Southern would be better, but Ankara is my kind of second capital, so it makes sense to create it in here. I need to also start working on some towns around this area. Obviously I have a lot around my capital, but we have to look at the populations, and that's why I don't have much, right? Because there's just not so many people around. I might go and focus on the north first, but maybe not iron locations. Pretty sure this one has a bailiff. That market created, our base tax should increase. Because look, this is the markets and this is the access. All this receives much better access. Ankara had minus 40 output on its buildings before. And right now, look, it's 224, 247 immediately. Let's start working on getting barracks ASAP and docks. Protect harbor as well, so we can actually start using the focus on the navy. And just after that, we'll go after the culture's capacity in here. And just after that, we'll go and focus on the cabinet seats, some crown power building, because it's gonna be useful. But more culture's capacity first. Looks like Genoa is gone, at least from Anatolia. And all these miners are free for grabs. They do have some alliances, but should try targeting them. Look, I can take all these miners in 1, 2, 3, 4. I started building irrigation. Actually, I think it's gonna be better from here. On locations with good food sources like livestock, rice, you know, wool, wheat. And I should build more of this, because besides food production, it also gives the population capacity. So, you know, the more population capacity, you'll usually grow more because you're lacking more of the people. Finally, there's the dock. I'm gonna spam it everywhere to get a much better harbor capacity. But more importantly, sailors, which I will start converting into barks. Oh, I didn't notice in the meantime that Timur really expanded hard into Persia. But that's not the goal in this specific campaign for me to expand there. I'm gonna rather go to Europe this time. You see also next subject in here, so make sure to get bailiffs in locations with dice, most importantly. But one of the copper locations is gonna definitely need that. The proximity is gonna be terrible once it updates over the monthly patch. Then when we get the docks and barracks and maritime presence, it's gonna spread nicely around here. This will be much improved borders through that war with Serbia. Now we are bordering Hungarians. I should release subjects here, but my issue is I'm on the deploy capacity. But yeah, I'll release some, maybe not everything. Anyway, it's time to fix the borders in here in Anatolia, to go after Jelerites. I just have to make these guys hate me, so they don't lose too much stability on declaration of war. I'll just bring it below 100. Now this navy created, well now it's 13 barracks, but another 12 is being built. The maritime presence in here is increasing 0.40, and we're just getting started. And I expect them to have a lot of troops with their vassals, so to make sure I use some of my levies. Just to be able to control the front line. Yeah, look, it's 32,000 they have, so even though I have 15,000 in the subjects, it might not be enough. Classic AIs, they've lost 40,000, my enemies lost 7,000. But yeah, I'm slowly fixing that. So minus 50 was score from battles. I managed to unite everyone So they started attaching when the size decreased from 60,000 to 15,000. Anyway, I will have to white piece that war this time. I will get back to the next over 50,000 of my subjects troop died in this war. I guess wars like the one of Gelerites or Hungary, that will lead the standing army. Here I took over a silver mine, so the first thing I need to do is to get a bailiff, obviously. And it's also becoming core because it's Turkish. You see more cores are in our hands overall. Now plenty of maritime presence here. Look, it starts working. I have proximity in this. Let's split that stack into half. Where the northern one is gonna focus on spreading the proximity in here. Just get some from the Crown Power as a general, admiral, whatever. And you guys focus on this. And I think this guys here is also super important because over here there is a gold mine. So let's definitely make sure to do the standard steps. Same with the gems. I should go ahead and create a new market in here, because look how low the market access is in Saloniki. In the meantime, I can pick 5th currently form, which is definitely gonna be the naval one, the harbor and administration. You just have to think, okay, where the naval governor will make sense. Look how nicely we are spreading the proximity here via navy. So that gold mine, my friends, is gonna have 63. Even more of max control because bailiff is not fully employed yet. Oh, looks like Poland, Bohemia, and France, they all ganking on Hungary. Is it one war or multiple wars they're running? It's in 3 different wars they're getting killed. Honestly, I think the best idea is to use the naval governor because it has to be not connected, right, to the country. Would be Cyprus. Or just this always one big town. I have to create a city here because from Cyprus I can spread proximity in here. That's how the Salonik market looks like, and we are together with that hitting 500 of base tax. Oh, nasty Poland went for all silver and gold mines. Look at even here the hunt to Border. Yeah, via maritime we're spraying the proximity in here, we're spraying in here. I might not need enough. Yeah, I need some towns in this area for the better spread. Not on dice, maybe on these locations are shit. Could I build some more settlements? I've been trying to get them all the time. Not really, but we also go and grab a chunk of Hungary. Got to destroy an MECB. Securing the steppes. The nomads of Kaffa. So I think in here. Or no, in here. I could send a proposal to get slave trade encouraged and make Kaffa my subject. Oh, this guy's in here. Or get a CB. Oh yeah, sure. Devassalization is something that I'm looking for. But did they just reject it? Oh, I guess we're gonna kill them. Look what Bohemia is doing in here. Poland, Bohemia, you two are gotten drunk. If the cooldown finished, I can go and ask Epirus, the biggest Greek country, to improve the Greek opinion of Turkish. At the same time, got additional cultures capacity. So see, now I've got what? Almost 4 of capacity free, and Greek only costs me 2.3. I already used 0.7 because it's tolerated. So accepting it is taking pretty much nothing. Could also go for like Pontic, which I'm gonna actually do. And later on it's gonna be more important to, do Bulgarian and some other cultures. Let's see, I'm 1 below my max cultures capacity. And I'm gonna have vast majority of the country being my cores. All here, but also this. Should also increase my levies at last. Yeah, to 26,000, and these are cores now as well. Look at the base tax now. Phew. With these accepted cultures.
Stacken Vipen.
Who said that?
The Poles have their unique flavor.
I recognize this voice, guys.
Poland is definitely one of the strongest nations in the game.
Is it Ludi?
Subjugate the Romanians.
Oh, we have to get a border with Poland and confront him because I think he is playing Poland. Well, you've been border goring here a bit too much. How about we figure out this gold mines?
The Ottoman.
We can do it peacefully, or we can go to the war.
I think it's time for war. I'm not giving up the gold mines. These are rightful Polish clay. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but this gold mine here in Nagibania, this is where the Polish people originate from. Sure, this is common knowledge in Poland by this point.
Well, we disagree with your claims. This means war.
So be it, sir. So be it.
Yes, you might have figured that out earlier. I've been playing this whole time in a multiplayer game with Ludit Historia, who was playing as Poland. I've been playing as the Ottomans. I think we did it pretty well with, you know, all the expansion, maybe just Jolly support could be better. Almost 700 of base stacks. He's also having a great game. We are bordering each other right now as well, and we'll be fighting for the Slovakian gold mines, silver mines. We'll see in part 2. If you want us to do part 2, make sure to like this video and check the perspective of Fludi of how great he did all that as Poland by 1407. And obviously subscribe to the channel to get notified about the future videos.